Welcome, welcome. It's another beautiful day, and talking to beautiful people, beautiful souls. You people don't know how much your feedback elevates us, how much your feedback encourages us. Whenever we get to hear from you about your own stories, by the way, I've been reading your own stories below our stories, and I'm like, oh my God, people are going through this stuff. But what has really made me happy is all those stories have a beautiful ending, a beautiful ending of bouncing back, a beautiful ending of resilience, a beautiful ending of learning lessons and learning to be better and to grow and to mature. And I highly commend you for that. So thank you so much for joining us. Today is another good day to give hope. And we are here with Mark Williams. You're going to hear from him in a minute. But one of the things that we do on this program, if you're going to share it and if it touches you, please share it. Invite other people to watch with you. Is what we do is to rekindle the hope. God wants us to have hope. And God is hope. And if you lose hope, then there's no reason as to why you should live. The reason as to why you know that tomorrow will be better than today, that is the hope that you can still cling to life and live and not give up on life. So I don't want you to give up on life. As we share these stories, I pray that God will touch you in different many ways, speak to you in His own way, together with you, that your hope will be rekindled again so that you can run this race of life and be able to also transform other people's lives. You are great and there's greatness inside of you, so don't give up on that. All right, so Mark Williams is going to tell us a little bit about himself, so we know the person from whom we are listening and feeding and hearing his story before we even dive into the story. So good to have you.
Good to host me here.
It's an honor. I've had a few things, a few good things,
Yes.
a few good things. But I would love our viewers to get a view of you. Who are you? Where do you come from? What do you do?
Then Mark William is my name. Mark William Edward Imponye.
Yes.
Commonly known as Mwembo on social media.
Okay.
Yes. Married man, a husband to one wife and 3 children, daughters.
Wow.
Father of girls only.
Girl father.
Yes. Yeah, I stay in Lubaga. In Lubaga, that's Lugara. And I run SoftTech Integrated Africa, it's my company. And then also I run EPS, Technical Solutions, is also my company. I also do run other businesses, but I'm a passionate farmer.
Okay.
I'm a telecommunication engineer with a graduate of also a master's in information systems and security. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so,
that seems to be
but
a multi-talented.
I'm a passionate, proud farmer.
Wow.
Yes.
Proud farmer. With
with all
all
the ICT
books.
background.
I know,
yes.
I know. Okay, you seem to be a multifaceted person. And so we want to go into your story.
Yes.
We all grow up in different areas, we face different things, but there's something that you face and you feel the world is shutting down. You feel like it's getting dark literally in the middle of the day. And you
times.
Sweat, you freeze, you stop thinking. And sometimes those moments are not short-lived, they are long. And so we go through them with a lot of pain, and sometimes the world does not know what we go through. So I want you to take us back to one of those moments. I know there could be many, but maybe there's one of those moments that stands out for you that you said, you know what, if it wasn't for God, I don't think I would go through this. Yes.
Surely. Yes, this is a fresh one, actually. We still deal with the aftermath, but God is good. Yeah, you told me that one moment. Yeah, as I've told you, I run SoftTech Integrated Africa Limited. It's an ICT firm. I'm majorly proud in business, and in the background, I was looking at growing up agriculture as one of the main economic activity. Now, here in Uganda, yes, here in Uganda, it's left for the people who are less privileged, the poor, when you're in the big corporations and you tell them about agriculture, they always think, oh, Jesus, this is for the failed.
Yes.
But yet this is one sector that is really
holding our
stands up.
country.
Yeah, and for countries that are doing bad with bad climate, bad soils, because I have overly traveled, you see them, they are outperforming. Yet us who are doing better, who have better soils and all that, we take it for granted. We take it for people in the villages and all that. So for me, I decided that no, I'll go into this sector.
The
and,
farming sector.
Farming sector.
But
so,
did you farm while you were growing up? Was that coming from your family?
Yes, somehow.
Oh, okay.
Somehow.
Okay.
Yeah, but so back in Kampala, I am running an ICT farm and all the other things. But then in the north, I own a farm in the north. It's sizably big, about 2,000 acres. So it's
that
big.
Is not sizably big.
No, depending on the farms that are there, people are having farms 5,000 acres, 10,000, you know. So, hey, also 2,000, you're in the boys. Yes. So, yeah, that's where we do our farming. The farm, it's a part of my ICT company. It's a Softtech Farms, but now we separate it to Huluku Farms. Yeah, we grow cereals and oil seeds. We supply sorghum to either World Food Program or Uganda breweries, depending on whatever they're going to use it for. But for us, we farm and supply. Okay. We also grow soybeans. It's one of our flagship crops. We export it. We grow sunflower. We sell it to companies like Mkwano. So basically, we are contract farmers.
Okay.
Yes, we're contract farmers. Without a contract, we don't go into the soil.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, so this incident I'm going to talk about just happened last year. It's very fresh. Last year tested me, tested my family in a number of ways. Back in 2022, we really signed a good deal with an off-taker in South Africa to supply them soybeans. And yeah, we've been doing farming for quite a while. We're not just dipping into it. No. So farming has quite a number of lessons. You keep learning and unlearning, improving, and going forward. And it's profitable.
If you know what to do.
If you know what to do, it's profitable.
And it's a passion.
Yes, and we have seen it because we went there with nothing. We are somewhere. Yeah, we are somewhere. We rhyme.
Wow.
So this when we signed up this job, we were like, for us to meet this target, we need to scale up. Yeah, so we started the scaling up work. Our farm, we've grown it stages. It's not happened one overnight that you have $1 million and just bump it into the ground. No. We've come continuous improvements. So we had farmed a lot. We really farmed a lot. We follow agronomical practices. It's a mechanized farm. It's purely mechanized because for you to plow about 1,000+ acres,
you really
need equipment. So we have equipment,
professional manpower.
Yes, professional manpower, less involvement of physical of people. Though we have a stage where we need them.
Definitely.
Yeah, but in the process, we really have a few of them. Yeah. So this incident happened. Of course, another thing I have not told you is we even insured. Yeah.
As a farm.
As a farm, we insured. But now, last year, January, our insurance runs out around. When it ran out, my wife was like, no, I think we should work on insurance. I'm like, no. We are in the last stages of harvesting. The year has 2 seasons. The season 1, which we are in right now, we're in season 1. The crops are now, flowering and all that. Season 2 starts in August, July ending August to December. It's the longest season. This season is usually short, and you don't do a lot now, unless you're really big at risks. Yeah, because it's unpredictable. But the last season, the second season,
It's very
it's
predictable.
the best one. Yeah. So we really go big. We had gone
Go
big.
all in.
Yes, you just dip yourself in and make
You
it
already
happen.
have your calculations.
Yes, you already have calculations. Yeah, you have your numbers.
Yeah.
We thrive on numbers. So we were summing up our harvesting. We had harvested sorghum, we had harvested a lot of soybean. We had hit tons crossing over 1,500. You know, we are making it. These are metric tons. Yes, they are not kilos.
That's too much.
Yes.
That is.
Yeah. So we had enough. We tried to sell off in the beginning to try to cap the expenses, but then we wanted to sell one big batch at the end of the harvest and all that. So around 21st February, after we have just summed up like this harvesting, February 21st is that day.
That day you'll never forget.
Yeah. It will forever. I'll never forget that day. So that's the day our farm went into flames. Caught fire. Yes.
With all those metric tons.
Yes. So
like full work has been done. Everything is ready.
Everything.
You've seen payment. In your head, you've calculated.
A lot.
The profit.
A lot. You're even planning of taking a month vacation.
Yeah, I know, for the hard work.
So, back in 2022, we had gotten a lot of fertilizers. These fertilizers from South Africa. Unfortunately, the fertilizer was on credit. We have equipment on credit. You know, we are scaling the farm.
And they're all in the same
location. So now when this fire came, this fire was started by one of our workers, was just burning
rubbish,
a heap of rubbish, which is normal.
After the harvest, there's always, you know.
Yeah. So after burning, he thought he had put out the fire. It was early in the morning, and then he went into the field. The field is quite big, so went across the river. And this fire, it being a January, February, in the north is usually too hot, windy, and stuff is dry. So the fire reignited. It went into trees. From the trees, it rushed up to the farmhouse, burnt up the workers' farm, the security guards' farm. Then it went into the store. When it arrived in the store, stuff in the store is too dry. It's cleaned, bagged, sorted, it's just ready for sale. So the fire there became tough. It was wild.
Blazing, yeah.
Yes. By the time they called my managers and everyone to rush back, they drove the tractors back, parked in front of the farmhouse. Everything. And then the fire was too much. They're like, no, we can't go in. And then they had disagreement saying, no, you know what? Into the store there is a fertilizer, and that fertilizer is quite expensive. At least let us try to save it. They opened one side of the store. They had disagreement. But then
others saying, let's go. Others saying, no, don't.
Yeah, no, the local leaders are like, no, don't tamper with that fire. The fire, the guys enter into the fire, into the warehouse, burn through, try to
salvage whatever they could.
Salvage what they can. Unfortunately, some boxes of ammonia fell into the fire. And you know the next.
I know.
The next it was hell. It was hell coming down. Who would be happy that the harvest burnt and we okay. But then there are consequences now coming. A lot of injuries. Very big injuries that really it's hard to talk about. The equipment now, because the fire had gone up, had been now empowered with the fertilizer, went out, tractors,
It's spread out. Wow.
houses, what property now?
It's like an explosion.
Not like it was an explosion.
My goodness.
Property, everything went down.
You're in Kampala.
I'm in Kampala. I had gotten an accident on the same day.
When the devil is trying to come at you.
Yo, he
From
comes
all
in
angles,
full force.
from
Yes.
all angles.
That day I'd just flown in from Lagos. And then I was just trying to pick money from the bank, fuel up, do a few things, drive to the north. So, I'm in Kampala. My legs are up in the hospital. Border accident.
Jesus.
Now, how also, it also somehow played, because I will tell you why it helped me that I never
Could move.
I never picked any phone calls. So I am back here socially. I lead. I'm the chairperson of Liverpool Fans in Uganda, the only registered fans club in the country.
Wow.
I think when I talk about that, I proud myself.
I know.
Many are Arsenal fans.
I know the enthusiasm I'm seeing in your face now.
So I lead them. So when they got to know that I was hit by border, many calls were coming. So I decided to put the phone off, just to have peace. Kumbe, in the north,
they were also calling.
Hell is just coming down live. They are calling. So I've cut a bit of story there, but a lot happened on that day that everything went down. And it just a slight summation of what we had lost. We were in 5.5 billion.
5.5 billion
down.
Wow. Some of it borrowed equipment,
yes,
some of it not paid fertilizers. Because you have relationships with these people. Wow.
So we were down. When I got to know, I left the hospital.
How do you get to know? Because you've switched off your phone, your legs are up. How does the message get to you?
My brother.
Okay.
Yes, my brother says, they're calling you, you're not picking up, or your phones are off. Say, I'm in the hospital, I got a border accident. And the legs are up. So when I got to know, I sat in the car, tell the guy, drive, we go. The hospital, the doctor's like, no, you're not going anywhere. I'm like, hey, now this is me, my life, okay. If I die, it's okay. You'll be fine in Kampala. I sit, I go to the farm.
But in that moment, did you have the magnitude of what had happened?
Yes.
I want to know, when that news falls into your ear, like, what happens? Because some of us, when we get bad news, we see stars. We see, as in, what happens?
As no, I need to see this myself.
You in disbelief.
They had sent a lot of pictures, very heartbreaking pictures, which involve a lot of things, including life. So there are very nasty things. I was like, no, let me go. We drove. We arrived at the farm in the morning. I looked at how the facility was. And then the picture I had before all this, everything was down.
Gone.
All houses burnt down. Trees burnt down. Tractors are just ruins.
And tractors that go that acreage, and that it's not just one or three.
One tractor is about 200 million. Because my tractors were case equipment, case 2, 185 horsepower.
That is huge.
Big equipment. Gone. I looked. I had the clutches. I dropped clutches. I picked my phone. I put on Strava. Strava is a running app. I decided to run. With an injured leg, put the crutches down. I ran in the field. Probably people thought I'd gone mad. I went down in the field and I made a big shout. I was alone. They were trying to follow me. A lot at stake. People in the hospital.
Families blaming.
Whatever is happening in the hospital is a whole different story. Hospital, they are calling for drugs. But now that's a bit of the aftermath. I'm just talking a day after.
That very.
You hear, we have to do this surgery, we have to do this, we have to do this. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Like there's no minute to recollect yourself.
Yeah, I looked, fell down. I'm in the ash, there's where we had a full heap of stuff, and I had gone down, so I had stopped close to it, fell down in the ash, and life was meaningless a bit. Well, I carried on. I was like, now what next? On my phone, I go with that line, what next? That's usually my opening. Like, from here,
what next?
What do I go? So that's how I come up with that statement. So life was down. I have nothing, I have no money, I have nothing on me. All the money we would be having
was
is just
invested
right there.
Yeah, in ashes.
All the property we've been having is just in ruins. That's when I was like, let the ruins come to life. Wow. But it could not make sense. So I went back. They dragged me back in the car. And then I started playing music. They are talking, oh no, I'm not listening. I even do not know. So I played music. I was there that everyone is talking. They want this, they say this, we do this, we go here, we did it, police this, police that. I'm just seated, like zoned off. Anyway, now next has been recollecting, cleaning up the mess. It's a lot at stake. Then we started on how to work on how to clean up, meeting bills. The aftermath was the nasty one. It's been hard to deal with the aftermath. I came back to Kampala. Life was really hard. Life was hard. The people where the farm is, they loved me and they love me. And those people love me. They are the reason I think I'm alive. Wow. In another place, they would have killed you. But when you have a good relationship with the people you are working with, or the people where your business is, it's one thing I mastered. I go by the slogan. People interpret it their ways, but mine is called Omuntu wa wansi. Just that someone below, down to earth. When you ask some of your people, OJ, they'll say, Omuntu wa wansi. That's how they know me. So like down to earth. So I usually rhyme with the people down. I'm okay with the village. The farm came on the village. The farm supports the villagers. We really give out free seedlings. We have CSR, which is strong. So they felt touched when the farm went down. So I come back to Kampala. Now we begin bills upon bills. And then, of course, you can't avoid the police. Yeah. Police coming in, cases here, cases there. Life lost purpose. Life lost meaning. I look at now, I have bills in Kampala, bills everywhere. Like the phone
even
could
the
ring.
debts.
Yes.
You can't explain to someone.
Now for the date, I had
Even
not
thought about
even
it.
looked there. I was now looking at fresh
The immediate
things.
things that
Yes,
were needed.
because we needed to save lives. We needed it to curb the situation, call the situation to order. Life was going. I'm not with any partner. My partner is my wife. We are together.
You do work
So
together.
she also understands things differently. I also do things differently. We could look at each other, at netaga sente. Somehow you could do smile a bit in the beginning, but then there is a time it came. It was tough to the extent I was not talking now to anyone. My head was shutting down at a high rate. You try to sell things, you sell property here, sell there, try to manage things. Made a will. I
You
made
felt
a
it was the
will.
end.
It was literally the end. I was literally going. I was going. Hope was dwindling at a high rate. I was like, why did this happen?
Why now?
I don't believe in setups. No, that someone set up. This was purely an accident. Because when you talk, people when insurance are just zeroed out and then the farm burns, it's a setup. No, I am here to say in the camera, this is just was an accident, just purely an accident. But now managing was or has been, not was, has been the toughest. Because you're going to meet compensations.
Yes.
We had to go through compensation, compensating people, compensating families, managing families. For the losses, hey, it was too much. But amidst that, you have other demands, left and right. Even Zelda, like you can't think of work now. Now work,
Meaningless.
it's meaningless. So in the process, we lost these other work. So effects from the other side affected
Your
also my
businesses.
company. Yes, the effect went across. I had everything was not making sense.
Because your head is not in the right space.
Going in for work, going in to do this. Yeah, and to cap it all, I think 30th of April 2023, I thought of even bad things like, now what is life? Better.
You became suicidal.
Better I check out. Actually, in that week, I told my family, everyone will stay down. Upstairs is mine alone.
Okay.
Yes.
Your children,
Yes.
your wife.
Everyone stay down.
Stay down.
Yes.
I don't want any disturbance.
Yes.
I'm up and I want to be alone.
Yes. I lose to look through the window. I look through the window. I see people. I see houses. I look at cars passing over the bypass. I can see it in the close range. I see and I'm like, okay. And then one thing tells me, probably also people in those houses are going through something.
What you're going through.
And then when you hear music and shouts,
they're having party.
The guys are having party. So I look, I stay in the window. And then my wife comes in. Hey, Tove, like you even forget, you do not know. You
even feel nagged when someone talks to you.
So in that kind of state, a friend calls me. A friend out of blue. I had not told anyone.
That that's what you were facing.
Yes, that's what I was.
You had come to the worst.
Actually, I could squeeze time, go on Facebook and I post something funny.
Like what?
Anything funny, any.
Like
political,
that would make people laugh.
Hey, that would make people laugh.
And people would like and comment.
100 of comments.
You were dying.
I'm dying.
Giving up.
I am giving up. But when I go on the social media, people say, hey, remember this, remember that, remember that. Me, I'm going. I'm checking
You're
out.
contemplating.
So, Facebook, different life.
Yeah.
This is because I couldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
It was
Openly.
yes.
It's
As
a
I
taboo.
told you, the consequences were many. In between there's a lot of things that had to be fixed. So there, people laugh. Even if I posted a picture of me, all people will comment. Many comments. Even if it's just a picture. Because usually my social media, I just handle it. It's a bit about me, myself, family, and my business. Yes. That's actually out there. I'm a farmer, and I am a proud farmer, even with all this. So I look at life, and life is going. A friend calls me this Saturday. He calls Mwembu. I had not told him, but I told a friend of mine who is a commissioner in Ministry of Agriculture, and he had told him that, hey, do you know that this and this happened to your guy? So he calls. This friend of mine, I've just buried him a week ago. Actually, I've not yet made a week. Sorry. But I'm glad I told he knows what I'm going to tell you. He knows. He knew when he was still alive. I did not sing praises for him when he is dead. No. I sang praises for him when he was alive.
You gave him his flowers when he was still
alive.
alive.
When he was still alive. Yes, it's something he did want to talk about. So he called me. I'm one person who loves someone who tells me something the way it is. In my world, the story does not happen. I really don't deal with the story. It's not going to save me now. Yes.
Pity party.
Just tell me, if you don't take off those shoes, your legs are going to rot. And I will take them off. But I say, oh, sorry, we can do like this now. So my friend, that friend of mine, was called Patrick Kataiwaho. Rest in peace, my brother. Patrick Kataiwaho, we usually go political. We usually went political, government, what. So that's how our conversation usually was back there. But inside, we are tight buddy. Tight buddy, he knows me, he knows. We do some businesses together. But out there, we had a face of politics. So he calls me, he's like, Mark Williams, I'm told your farm is got burnt. I'm sorry, by that time I was a bit rude. I was like, so what do you want me to do? Or what do you want me to tell you more? You've been told my farm burnt down. So why are you telling me? Are you reminding me? He's like, no. I've noticed in a week you're not active on Facebook and you're silent. I try to find out, they tell me your farm burnt down, and they say it's a nasty incident, the way I was explained. But I'm not going to go through it to ask you to tell me how it is. Me, my thing, why I've called you, to tell you one thing. See, if you keep silent, you keep in your house with whatever I've heard, what happened to you, you are either going to commit suicide or you are going to get depression.
He's telling you direct.
Or you're going to run mad. The lightest of all is running mad. We shall get you and put you in Butabika. When I get time, I'll pass by and probably drop you a bread like a dog.
Wait.
I'm not willing to house a mad person. So you're going to be in Butabika. Meanwhile, I'm keeping quiet and silent, listening. So it tells me, in that house of yours, you might commit suicide. It might be your next move. Kumbe, I'm planning things in that area. So when you die, your children are, the oldest is 5 years. They are young. You have a young family. what you should have left for them has got burnt in fire. And he left on the other end. Yes, he's my friend. So now tell me, what are you going to remain with? What are you leaving them for? What have you left them with? Have you imagined your children now being going to a baby's home or go back to the village? By the way, where is your village? So how are you taking them? How are they going to be in the village? How are they going to live? Will they still afford the status of the school they have been in? No. Have you imagined of your children being housemaids? You have produced girls, I'm sorry. Me, mine are old. They are in good schools. I've given them their investments. Me, I'm old. I mean, I'm sleeping in Minister's Village in Tinda. You get it? So it was a bit of bragging, but for me, he was giving me the content I loved. So it's like, whatever you do, don't think of anything in that line. Your family is young.
They need you.
Your wife is young. She's going to cry a bit and then she will get married. So what? He's not a Christian. He wasn't a born-again man. So he was like, now your children are not going to be accepted by the man who comes in. This our daughter, she's still beautiful. We shall get her a good man. Your children will not come with her. Like it was a joking way.
My goodness.
He was a funny man, but he was a true funny man.
But he was speaking sense.
So, like, whatever you think, think of life first. I'm telling you, get out of that house, walk. Walk to where I do not know. Do what I don't know, but what I want you to do is get out of that house like right now. Start walking. Me, I don't walk. I drive.
He was indeed bragging.
So get out and walk. Breathe fresh air. Think again. Whatever has been lost, it's now gone. Now it's beginning life afresh. Beginning afresh. Think. Me, I'm here concerned about your children because it's your family that we know. And we've seen how you live with your family.
How you love them.
How you love them, how you
care about them.
You really take them to be. So make any mistake, you are gone. But how are you living our daughters? I was like, thank you, Patrick. This is all I needed.
Did you say thank you on the phone?
Yes. I said, thank you.
Wow.
Actually, he called again and then he was like...
Before you left the house?
Yeah. He called again and was like, I am not giving you any money now. But let me see if I can have any money. I told him, I have not asked you for money. Say, no, I know you need money, but you don't want to say you need money. And indeed, I needed the money. I even didn't know what family had cooked down that day.
Wow.
Because, I mean,
all
the money we were getting was being transferred. Like,
investing.
Selling something and you get over 100 millions, and that 100 millions, the only thing you eat on it is a meal of 5,000, and all of it you
farm.
And it has not gone to settle anything. Like it's a drop in the ocean.
Wow.
Yes. So that was the kind of situation.
So you got out of the house.
So when he got off the phone, another friend of mine, again is called Humphrey. Humphrey Mtasa, God bless you. For you around, my brother. Keep alive. Humphrey called me. He said, my people have told me your farm got burnt. I supply Humphrey with this sorghum. And then he sells to his clients. So he picks crop from my farm. He's a big aggregator. He's Africa is a big company. So Humphrey tells me, I'm told your farm was burnt. Say, okay, now tell me, now that you have had,
What do you want?
what next? Say, I want to, may I have 2 words for you? First of all, the investment that got messed up, I can't put back even a quarter of it. I don't know how you are managing. I don't know anything. I cannot be in your shoes. They are heavy. At the moment, no one can even lift an inch of the shoe. But you woke up one morning, you drove your Nissan, drove to the north, you got the land, you put in money. Where you got it, we do not know. You've been farming. Now money has gotten, now everything has burnt down. The same zeal, the same passion, the same spirit you had to go up north. The courage you took to drive and drive 400 kilometers to go and invest. That's the courage I want you to be with, to start over again. Nobody is coming to save you. That's what it is.
Truth upon the truth.
Yes. Nobody is coming to save you. The only person to save you is you. Mwembu, I don't know whatever you're doing now, but just know the only person to save you is you. The rising up starts with you. Now, I was enough of
shaking up.
Then my people down, my 2 girls came singing on the door after those calls. I was around 3 p.m. in the evening.
But you have been upstairs this morning?
Yes, I know, since days.
Okay.
So they came, they knocked at the door. I went, I opened. They came singing, Daddy, we love you. Daddy, we love you. Like, they wanted me to go down and play with them. I looked at them, and then I looked at the decisions I've had, the things I've been thinking about. I was like, no, devil.
Yeah.
I have these ones.
Yeah.
This is my motivation to live. My wife, my children, they have to be here. I have to see them through. I woke up, went, I told them I'm coming back. I just went for a walk. I walked 45 kilometers. Not running, walking. Yes. I am a runner. I'm an ultra runner. I've run from Kampala to Masaka on foot.
Wow.
I've run Kampala to Jinja on foot. I've run Kampala to Hoima on foot. Not in days, in hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. But all these journeys, I had not made them this much. Now, I had only run in 2022. I'd only run to Masaka on foot. I used about 12 hours to run from my home in Lugala to my home in Masaka.
On your own?
Yes, I ran from home to home.
Like no one knows. You just wake up and run.
I told my wife I'm going.
And then she says you go.
Bye. She knows I am a risky taker.
I know she must be knowing that.
So when I told her, she was like, when you get tired, please
rest.
It's Sirutalo. But if you can go, go. So she trusted me. So I had done that journey. But then because of a lot of business there, I had a bit
slowed down.
Now, when I woke up in that house with my small injury, I walked from Entebbe, from here to Entebbe. Then I was walking back. I remember that I'd reached around Arkwright. I remember I had 5,000 in me. Said, okay, now let me take a boat and go home. When I reached Najana Kumi, I was like, no. I started again walk. I returned back at midnight at home.
Tired.
Slept. I ate in the morning. So boy, walked. From walking, I started running. How my knee got back is what I do not know. But I kept walking, started running. Now running brings back ideas. I kept on.
You start thinking.
I kept on thinking. Now my mind came. Now you can let this go, get the money, solve this. This is the
You're planning while you're running.
Yes, as you're running. So after I execute. Now you can be having a solution with you, but because of many things, you black out and you can't think of anything.
Yes.
So that's the situation I was in. But when I started running and running and running, ideas kept on flowing, clarity. Then I also my mind comes back. I'd lost work. My mind was now back now. Call this one, ask them for work. Call this one, call this one.
Wow. Your former clients.
Yes. That. Now I listed them. I started saying,
it's like you're learning to work all of a sudden.
We were told what happened. Say no. You are told all I need is work. You have work I can do for you. That's all they want. So I remember in that 1 month of May, I had 7 contracts.
Because you knocked the doors and asked.
Yes. Now when I got the contracts, I sat down. I don't have any money to implement. Now again I go back on
running.
Money. Yes. On money now. I go to a friend of mine. She's the CEO of a big bank here. I think she's like, hey, when we need money, she gave me a loan, 500 million. When I have not signed anywhere.
Trust and relationships.
I have not signed anywhere. She gave me. I implemented work. I paid back. I started, now I'm running back. As I run on the road, I decided to leave now the car behind, because I could pick my car from home to town, communication house, and it could take me about 10 hours to reach work. As I'm driving, when I think of whatever is going on, I park and black out.
For all that time?
Yes. I black out, my mind comes in later, it's 4 p.m, I had to see who I so and so.
Then you wake up again.
I go back home, because the day is, before have you gone to town? I stopped somewhere. There's a report
I was overcome by thoughts.
So, but then when I started walking to town, do this, my mind came back. I started working around and also not running away from my challenges.
Yes.
In touch, solving, stood with my people. Slowly by slowly, trusting back the process, and I've not been privileged that I was ever given anything for free. I have never been offered. So like, no, everything has come from God. Has brought work, and we've worked
working hard, sweating.
We've gotten here. So we still can believe the same God to get back. So it's a journey of believing in self, and it's what we've been doing. It's what we are, what we are still on.
Wow.
We are not where we were, but we were not where we were before.
Yes.
But now, still, right now, we're not the same way we were last year.
Wow.
So
during the crash and all that.
We're coming back. We
better and stronger.
We're getting better. We're thriving.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Through the storm we thrived, and the storm is past now. The farm is still there. When you go there, there's green at the moment. Yes. Wow. So we started.
Cleaned up and started again.
And started slowly. We're getting there. So the journey is by God's grace.
It is indeed by God's grace.
By God's grace.
Not in your own.
We've learned in the process. You learn a lot of things. You learn. Like I never thought that I could be there and I don't have money. Now I know you can be there without money.
And life will you'll still breathe.
Yes, you can be there when you don't have 1,000.
And people will have expectations.
Oh yes, many that someone calls you, because now, like I told you before, I have my challenge, which I'm now trying to working on it and overcoming it at a high rate. When someone calls says, Mark, I need financial help. I need help of this. You quickly, 50,000, send 10. But now someone could ask, help me 500. I don't have. They reduce it 200. They say I don't have. They reduce it to 100. You don't have. 50, I don't have. Say, I have told you I
Do
don't
not
have
have.
money. Now, like, courage to say that.
Was hard back then.
Had it not been the situation we've been through, I think it would be tough for me still to say that. But now, I say I don't have money. And then people could, after someone will say, I don't have money, and then you respond with a whole huge
Words,
text
eh?
like this.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, so now this is how life is.
Yeah, yeah.
You tell people, I don't have money, they don't believe you.
They feel entitled to.
Have that entitlement that you will help. Give me a loan. I mean, I'm looking for someone to borrow me money.
Yes.
You know, and then I don't have the money.
And then if you don't give it back, then maybe you'll be guilty.
Hey. So they say, give me a loan. I don't have a loan to give. I don't have money. Like it's been a song of sort.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. Like,
because, you know, I have to take care of myself. I have people that are depending on me. Wow.
I had to zone out and say, okay, girls first. Girls, when I say girls, it also, yes, because they are all girls. Say girls first. The next is secondary.
Wow.
Say girls first.
Wow. That's a heart of a man, a heart of a leader.
So I had to zone out and say, okay, now this first. Second, my parent, now also my mzee got very, very expensive diseases. So in the same time, in the same period still, so we had also to reach out. So it's girls first, second is mzee now.
Yes.
The rest can wait. The rest can wait.
Your priorities now are in order. Very
now
straight order.
you learn to align things.
Yeah.
You learn to align. Say, no, now you're not priority. Now, no.
I want you to look at the camera and speak to that person out there that is going through, is in the middle of the fire right now. They feel they are giving up, but they don't have the privilege to have the friends that called you and had that straight talk with you. But they have you now.
Now they have me. Truth, I'll just transfer some words direct to anyone who is going through what I was going through. Honestly, believe God and it's you to save yourself.
Wow.
Trust God. I know it's hard to get off. You know, it's easy to tell someone, you know, you can come back again. Say, like yesterday, I was with the minister, and the minister was like, I'm glad you came back. You're back on your feet. The minister is my friend. It's on my status, even right now. I put it yesterday. Say, I'm glad, I thank God you came and say, yes, you can thank God because you are not the one in it.
Yeah, it becomes hard when you're the one.
But when you're in it, but my friend right now is watching and who is out there. It's hard to tell you, but trust God and get up on your feet.
Yeah.
If you can do nothing about it, at least just move around purposely, not just
aimlessly.
Purposely, make it a purpose to move around. Yes.
Wow.
Take a run, take a walk, 10 kilometers, run, walk, you know. Believe. Also, don't die alone. Get a person to share with them.
Yep.
Tell a friend. They may not be able to assist that need. You know, some of these needs are so tough.
Yeah.
Some are having maybe a disease which is putting them down.
Yes.
At least
talk to
get
someone.
a confidant and talk to them. Yeah, one of the reasons why I was not telling anyone, I always afraid of people talking about me. Yes. So, like, you know, you care much about people's words. Please don't care about people's words. Please don't care about people's words. Now, I am not afraid to tell a person that I don't have food. I mean, I don't have food. I'm not going to allow to die.
I know.
Because I'm that proud.
Because of the ego.
Yes, ego. To tell people that, you know, You fear tell
I am
people to
sick
know.
here.
You're sick, and then you're hiding a disease.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
speak up. Whatever it is, just get a person, share with them, put the pride down, put the ego down. Situations come, and I can tell you, based on me, situations go.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
What a way to cap up this or to finish this story, that situations come. But what he can tell you, based on his story, is situation go. So if there's any word that you can miss from this, is this too shall pass. Others passed and others are still passing, but what you are going through right now, the fire, it will pass. We love you and we pray that God will encompass you in his grace and love you forever.